Well, Toyota's done it again. They've gone and built something very awesome and decided we're not going to get it in Australia. Meet the 2026 FJ Cruiser. What we're looking at is a small, affordable, genuinely off-road capable Land Cruiser that sits neatly between a Suzuki Jimny and a GWM Tank 300, two of the hottest selling 4x4s in the country right now. Indeed, this would certainly be the most affordable Land Cruiser in Toyota dealerships if it came to Australia. And right now, that's a very big if. A modern FJ would hit that sweet spot perfectly, the right size, the right price, and the right badge. If this rolled into Toyota dealerships across the nation with a sub 60k price tag and a Land Cruiser badge, dealers would be frothing. And Australia is Land Cruiser country. The badge is practically a birthright here. So how do you launch a new cruiser and skip the market that loves it most? Yep, Toyota has confirmed it has no current plans to bring the Land Cruiser FJ to Australia, and honestly, that could be their biggest mistake in years. Now, under the skin, this isn't just a reworked Prado like the old FJ was. The new one rides on Toyota's updated IMV ladder frame platform, the same one that underpins the current HiLux and the smaller HiLux Champ, which you might have seen floating around Southeast Asia. We don't know yet whether the FJ sits closer to HiLux or Champ in terms of dimensions and spec, but the engine gives us a pretty big clue. It's running Toyota's 2.7 litre four-cylinder petrol engine, non-turbo, the same one found in the HiLux Workmate, sold here right now. And it's not very powerful, 120 kilowatts and 246 newton meters. And this engine is certainly far from cutting edge. And here's where things start to go sideways, because this is also the kind of engine that simply won't pass Australia's new NVES emissions rules. So what exactly is NVES? Well, it's the new vehicle efficiency standard, basically Australia's answer to the global CO2 crackdown. It's designed to slowly phase out inefficient petrol and diesel engines, and that 2.7 litre diesel mill under the FJ's bonnet, yeah, that's exactly the kind of dinosaur that NVES was built to eradicate. And at the time of filming this at the Tokyo Motor Show, another even more confusing element, there's no hybrid or diesel option planned yet, not even a mild hybrid. And according to Automotive News, an automotive bible from the USA, Toyota's not working on one either. So, the FJ debuts after years of hype, and Toyota gives it an engine that feels like it's straight out of the early 2000s. Then there's the ADR compliance issue, that's Australian design rules. If the new FJ is really related to the HiLux Champ, its side impact protection might not meet Australia's strict standards. Again, there's a lot of speculation going on here, but it certainly adds more question marks to this vehicle's intent and why it's not coming to Australia. And that's what makes it so frustrating, because the Aussie market is begging for a vehicle like this. So I'm sitting in the new FJ Cruiser and the seats are fairly comfy, but again, this is a fairly rudimentary vehicle. It's not, doesn't have that high-end feel like a lot of the new Prados. So have a look at the dash. The plastics are pretty hard. It's not the most appealing vehicle, but the flip side of this is it could be very, very affordable. And that's exciting. This would be very, very interesting to see which vehicles it would go up against. Would Jimny buyers cross-shop it, for instance? I certainly think so, but who knows? It could pull buyers out of Wranglers. This thing does look like it's built for genuine off-roading, so this is going to be super interesting. We've got 4 low, 4 high, and 2-wheel drive as well, which is great. Hill descent control, you've got a rear locking diff. This one's obviously auto, manual handbrake. There's USB-C ports. It's got a really nice size screen as well. This setup is typical Toyota fare. It's fairly basic, but it's fairly large, and the driver's display is digital as well, which is good. The steering wheel feels very much like it's out of a Toyota Prado. It's very similar. So the only thing is, it feels a fair bit smaller. This is not as big and roomy as those vehicles, but look, first impressions, I think this is pretty good. So, the burning question, will this car ever come here? Well, it's all speculation right now, but the door is not completely shut. If Toyota can find a way to make the FJ NVES compliant, maybe with a diesel transplant from the HiLux Champ, which gets a 2.4 litre turbo diesel with 110 kilowatts and 343 newton meters, then suddenly it starts to make sense again. Yes, there'd still be penalties under NVES, but with the kind of demand this thing would generate, it might just be worth it. And denying Aussies the new FJ, well, that'd be like banning barbecues or closing the Outback. It just doesn't make sense. Toyota, do the right thing. Bring the FJ home. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video. This is a very interesting vehicle. And what do you reckon? Should Toyota bring this to Australia? Let us know in the comments below.